What's up, boys?
Let's go.
I didn't even let you know that we were starting, Joe.
I knew.
That's a violation. Joe, there's so many of me right now, I can't concentrate. I wear my sunglasses at night. All right.
Blind people and douchebags.
All right. So,
Supernatural quote.
for if you're never seen us or heard us before, which that'd be crazy because we have like 3 fans.
What's up? What's up?
I'm James, and that's Joe drinking that pib, making eye contact. It's kind of weird. And we are available anywhere you get your podcasts, except for Google Podcasts, because you don't get Google Podcasts anymore. Even though the intro video I'm going to play has that logo on there, doesn't matter.
I still try every day.
And that logo also has me with hair, which also isn't a thing. So it's just, that's too much work to change it. Actually, I don't know if it'd be funnier to retake the photo or just like cut the hair
off. Yeah.
Well, we got kind of a lot of stuff to talk about, not really, and some random stuff along the way because we're putting that emphasis on the eye in every episode because that's what we do. That's what we do. That's why we the boys. So let's.
The boys are back in town.
Yes. Oh, spoiler alert. How did that happen? If you're listening to the podcast, no spoiler. If you are watching it, yes, spoiler.
Why did I get removed? Why'd you remove me?
I have no idea what happened.
My permissions were revoked.
That start wasn't supposed to happen.
My
I didn't do
permissions were
anything.
revoked. I'm not.
That completely ruined our start, Joe.
I'm not allowed here.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Joe, roses are red, violets are blue. If you were a Pokemon, I'd choose you.
Kink.
Just kidding. I'd choose my wife because I'm married.
How rude.
No, but seriously, I would choose my wife. Did you just blink with both your eyes? No.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Joe, I'm tired, Joe. How you doing?
I had way less traffic than you did.
Bro, it took me when I first checked the ETA, just for traffic alerts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's 45 minutes. Normally my drive is like 25 to 30. So it's a decent drive, but that's without traffic. That's a nice whoop, it's probably what you drive.
Yeah, roughly.
So it's just a nice little whoop, and it's there. And
well, I drive a lot more distance. Same time.
True. I drive, I think it's 23 miles.
Yeah.
But there's no back roads. I can't just take a back road and go 80.
I don't go 80. No.
But you could.
Very easily. Yes.
I've been on them back roads before. I've done a yep.
I've sat on your window while yep.
Anywho, so we have some NFL free agency stuff that happened. Like the Giants have not one, but two quarterbacks.
Yeah. Okay. Genuine question. Genuine. Are we sure who's the better? Which one's better right now?
Like right now,
Yes.
if you want to, I think, hear me out here. If you want to win games, Russ. If you want to be electric, Jameis.
Are you sure?
Did you just Mike Tyson me? Are you third?
Are you sure? Because I think it might be Jameis either way.
See, if Jameis is the starting quarterback, Malik Neighbors is getting 2,000 yards receiving.
Hey, you don't mind that with your fantasy team.
If that happens, I'm drafting Travis Hunter just like the Giants should, and they're going to have fun on offense. I actually saw something. Well, I like the Jameis to New York because it kind of points that they're going to draft Shador, but now I don't know. So now maybe either they don't think he's going to be there or they don't want to draft him. I don't know. But Jameis is going to throw for 5,000 yards if he's a starter, but he's not. It's gonna be Russ most likely. I would say.
I think they have fallback plans. I personally would start Jameis, and if it's not going well, then it'd be Russ.
Kind of like what the Steelers did with Fields.
Mm-hmm.
But except for that was Russ was injured, right? Because Fields was what 5-1 when they took him out.
So the GM and Dayball, they are basically on a prove it year, and I don't think Russ gives them any chance to save your job.
I don't think either one of them do. I think you have to draft a quarterback unless they really don't think Jameis is not saving a job.
I think Jameis could.
Do you think in that, like, keep the Cowboys out of it? Do you think in that division the Giants make the playoffs with either one of these quarterbacks? Do you think they're better than Washington or Philly? I think they're competing for third. Which could they get the playoffs with third place? Sure. But what about the NFC North? Like the Giants with either one of these quarterbacks.
I don't think I believe that they need to make the playoffs in order to save their job.
Winning record.
Mm-hmm.
Finish above the Cowboys. Which I don't.
I think just 9-8, they can save the job.
I think drafting a rookie quarterback gives you at least another year.
I don't.
Because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't
know. In all honesty, they need to keep their head coach, but whatever. Their GM should be fired, but
GM got fired last year.
Yeah, the head coach, he has done some incredible things for that team because that team is hot garbage. So I personally, I would keep the head coach, but they're going to end up firing the GM and the head coach, which I think is a horrible idea. So, but it's the Giants. What are we to expect?
Yeah, I mean, Loki, when Jameis signed, I was like, oh, sweet, yeah, maybe if I wanted to, I wouldn't, but if I wanted to, I could trade Malik Neighbors for a bounty.
I think Jameis went to the wrong New York. I think Jameis should have gone to the Jets.
Yeah.
I think that would have fit his play style better.
Are the Broncos still paying Russ?
Yes, for one more year, I believe. This is the last year.
See, the Broncos paid him for 2 years to not play for them.
Well, he's already gotten paid the money, but it counts on our cap this year still. So like he's not getting paid more this year by the Broncos because then he'd sign for the minimum again. But it counts against our cap. It's still a dead cap for this year. But this is the final year, and I think it's less because they tried having more of a hit. Well, no, they tried taking more of a hit last year because they didn't see last year as a window.
And they made the playoffs.
Yeah,
you gotta believe.
Need I don't need to get into it.
Give me if I don't know. Do you see them drafting? I'm sorry to circle back to the Giants. Do you see them drafting a quarterback now? Or do they think this quarterback class is doo-doo butter and they try next year for someone like Arch?
I think they will miss out like they did last year. I think they want one of the two, or they want just one of them. Who knows? And I think the one that they want, much like they wanted Drake May last year, they miss out.
I love it.
I think Cam Ward goes 1, and I think Shedeur goes 2.
To the Cleveland Brownies?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I kind of think that. I think. Well, I mean, if that's the case, and they don't take Travis Hunter, I mean, Abdul Carter would be amazing on that defensive front with what they already have, but get Travis Hunter, pair him with Malik Neighbors, and then just put Jameis in there. I mean, I guess maybe that is their plan. They got Jameis, who's not afraid to throw out some biscuits, and they got the moon ball Russell, so they're just basically going to say who's going to throw the deep ball.
Or do they draft that freak athlete tackle? I can't even pronounce his name, but there's a tackle who's a freak.
To be their right tackle? They already got Andrew Thomas. They'll just have 2 really, really big tackles and 1 weapon. Just freaking 2,500 Malik Neighbors. Let's go. Break some records, bro.
I don't know. The Giants are in a tough spot.
I mean, if they don't get a quarterback and they're not going to, they could potentially, maybe if Shedeur does go 2, they could maybe trade out of it for someone who wants Travis Hunter.
Could, but you won't get the QB ransom.
No, you won't get the QB ransom. But you could get some more draft picks to, do the build offensive line. Maybe get one of the because this draft is stacked with receivers.
Yeah, but if I was them, I wouldn't trade lower than 6, because I'd want a chance at Mason Graham. Pairing Mason Graham next to Dexter Lawrence would be awesome. Or I wouldn't trade lower than that to, let's say they want Tyler Warren, get another weapon for the offense, like Tetero McMillan.
Watch them draft Ginty. They drafted Saquon at 2. Why not Ginty at 3? It isn't.
Because he's not the athlete that Saquon was.
You right. But when have the Giants not overcorrected?
Wouldn't the overcorrection be never draft a running back in the first round ever again?
Oh, no. I think overcorrection would be to draft a running back on the first possible chance you do.
Oh, my God. It's the new level of stupid. Emphasis on the eye, boys.
Fair. But
the Giants are in when you're coaching and you're GMing for your job, and this is the team that you have in front of you, it just fire them because it's not going to go pretty.
Yeah, you're right. You are not incorrect.
Doesn't make sense to me.
No, I agree. Fight them. Make them fight to the death. Winner stays with.
You need a bell cow back. You need a wide receiver 2. You need probably 3 guys on your offensive line. You could improve at tight end.
Mm-hmm.
You need a quarterback. You need second level defensive players.
There's no crazy tight ends in this draft, is there? I could be wrong.
Tyler Warren.
Is he the only one?
Colson Loveland.
I mean, I know there's Mason Taylor, but he's more of like a fundamental guy.
He's also like second roundish. If he sneaks in, like, I'd be shocked. You got Elijah Arroyo from Miami. He's pretty good. Harold Fanning Jr., the tight end out of Bowling Green, he led the entire nation in receiving yards as a tight end.
I don't remember. I might have to look it up. I know Gunnar Helm. I love Gunnar Helm. I don't know if he declared for the draft or not.
He did.
He did. Okay. So then I like Gunnar Helm.
There are a lot of tight ends. It's a pretty good tight end class this year. Now, if you're thinking like there's a Brock Bowers, there's absolutely not a Brock Bowers. But it is kind of a weaker draft up at the top, so a tight end will more than likely go before Brock Bowers was drafted, since he was drafted at 13. But it is a weaker class in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that goes.
Well, and the other, I guess, the other not crazy free agent signing was Diggs went to the Patriots, and I haven't seen Cowboys Twitter or any videos because I really haven't been on social media. But I assume that they're mad that Jerry didn't sign him to a lucrative 3-year, $60 whatever million contract.
If they are, that's absolutely insane because you should not have done that. Well, 23 mil a year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they did this. They did. Why didn't we sign Cooper Kupp? Because Cooper Kupp at $15 million a year is not cheap.
I'd rather pay that for Cooper Kupp than that for Steph Diggs.
I agree, but like under circumstances,
I'd rather pay Cooper Kupp $23 million a year than Stephon Diggs.
Fair. Fair. And besides, it's only like a matter of time till Diggs ends up on the Cowboys on his last season, just to say he played with his brother, or until Diggs ends up
on the Patriots. Yeah.
Which, I mean, they both tore their ACL like back-to-back years. Mm-hmm. It's weird. Oh, well.
Diggs, he's past his prime. He's coming off the year-long injury. 23 million, wild number to me. I don't know.
Well, you know what's really wild?
I would have given him like 11
for 3 years.
Yeah, with 1 year guaranteed.
There you go. So you suck this year, then. All right. So also the NFL draft is a month away.
Love it.
So we'll have some draft stuff going forward. But I know you kind of had this draft scenario thing that you saw on the internet.
It was on my TikTok, I think around 9 a.m. break.
It was also our spoiler that started the show.
It was on 9 a.m. break, and it's if you take the prospect Andrew Luck and put him in the draft class of all other drafts since 2000, when does he not get picked first? And people were arguing like just a few of them, and I did.
Let's go through it.
did people forget how hyped everybody was for Andrew Luck?
I think it's one of those things that they have he didn't play very long. Yeah, because he wasn't taken care of.
Like, his offensive line was drafted like so bad. Horrendous. And he's just the toughest guy with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
Love Andrew Luck.
But I'm pretty sure this picture that we're showing right now is him after he was injured. No, he's just so happy. He's so happy.
Probably. So, do you want to go in reverse order or from 2000?
Let's go from 2000.
Okay. And the reason I think it's prefaced by this is because there's a guy in 98 that I think we all know that one's a little.
Yeah, let's go 99. Let's go 99. Because Peyton Manning, you're taking Peyton Manning. Yeah, so Andrew Luck is the best prospect since Peyton Manning, right? Wasn't that him? He was the best prospect since Peyton Manning. So let's go since Peyton Manning.
I was not old enough to watch football, but with
what we know,
highly I thought of Andrew Luck, I think I would have had Andrew Luck above Peyton. I think Andrew Luck would be my highest since John Elway in 1983.
I ain't going back that far, but I don't, and I also I'm not gonna say Peyton Manning. I'm like, I'm just not.
That's fine. Like
you were only 5, so I mean,
I know.
Fair.
Like I said, I could not tell you what Peyton Manning was like at Tennessee. Could not tell you.
Yeah. If it happened before Joe could really focus, he doesn't care.
I watched the Broncos on TV with my mom because she was a Broncos fan. That's all. I didn't watch any other sport other than the Broncos.
Not even a sport, the Broncos. You mean at that time the Brocs?
Correct, because I didn't know how to write words.
Denver Brocs.
Yep.
Which
that still somewhere.
Which the Denver Brocs is better than the Saint Francisco, whatever that was.
Fran.
Whatever that was.
Orleans. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So if we're starting in 99, Tim Couch.
Oh, Luck, obviously.
Yep. Courtney Brown to the Cleveland Browns.
Luck, obviously. I have a feeling that a lot of these are going to be like the picks are going to be Browns, like players to the Browns.
Yeah, you're not entirely wrong here. I don't like that you have to say it like that, but yeah, you're not entirely wrong. So 2001, Mike Vick, may I interest you?
I mean, but we're just doing prospect of the player.
Yes.
So
prospect
Mike Vick, knowing what he gave to Andrew Luck, like the speed, but I'm taking prospect.
Yeah, prospect Andrew Luck, hands down. Vic had accuracy issues. They questioned his durability, being a smaller frame. Like it was.
I mean, he did have a freaking laser though.
Cannon. Absolute cannon.
Oof. But yeah, and Andrew Luck.
Hands down. 2002, David Carr.
I mean, it's the Texans, so they probably would take Carr. That's their first ever pick. That's their first ever pick right there.
Yeah, but they shouldn't.
Hey, Super Bowl champion David Carr, man. Put some respect on him.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't even know who he won it for, honestly.
Couldn't tell you.
Wait. Oh, he won it on the Giants as a backup.
Oh, was he?
That was the
Was that the unperfect season?
No, that was the second one.
Oh, okay. Okay. So 2003, Carson Palmer. He was pretty high sought after.
He won the Heisman. But Andrew Luck.
Correct. Here comes another one. Eli Manning in 2004.
Even knowing that he won those 2 Super Bowls,
mm-hmm.
even knowing that Eli is the definition of mid.
mm-hmm.
Give me Andrew Luck.
Eli Manning had arm strength.
Also,
questions.
It's the Chargers.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that might confuse some of the younger people who listen to this.
Yeah.
The
Draft day trades are fun. Yeah. like where the player refuses. We need a good one of those soon.
I mean, low key, Shedeur to Browns.
We were kind of thinking that it might happen with Shedeur this year. Like it was swirling around a little bit,
It was swirling with Joe Burrow, kind of like, hey, don't go to Cincinnati. But I mean,
yeah. 2005, Alex Smith. This one's easy.
Yeah,
easy. Alex Smith. If Leinart had come out that year, Alex Smith wouldn't even have been the first overall pick. Leinart stayed an extra year to try and run it back with Reggie Bush and them.
Which fair.
So that one's pretty easy. Mario Williams, Texans.
Luck.
Yeah. Mario Williams was a beast though. Like
yes.
Coming out of college, that he animal. The best bust I've ever seen, Jamarcus Russell.
So let's just put it in perspective. The year Jamarcus Russell had at LSU before drafting, absolutely insane. He just got fat and lazy.
Yeah.
So he busted in multiple ways.
Yeah. He
the
busted
Raiders
the button on his pants.
The Raiders drafted a quarterback and got a left tackle. Yeah, give me Luck.
Jamarcus Russell was, I mean, he was insane, but it's still nowhere near Andrew Luck. Like it's a lot of the issues that a lot of these quarterbacks have, anyways, is the systems that they were in. Like a lot of them, it was more of a spread concept, and like teams in this era and everything, they were looking for the pro style offense to where it translated. They wanted their quarterbacks to be underneath center. Had questions about if they could handle that. All these things genuinely existed. All these concerns, and Andrew Luck had none of them. Like nobody was worried about Andrew Luck at all.
No one should have been. No off the field. No, like he's a freaking and he dealt with a coach that was respected. Pro style offense. It's hard not to like the Andrew Luck prospect.
Went to a prestigious school as far as academics goes. Yes. Like there was nothing to not love about Andrew Luck, and it's blowing my mind because I'm like I was 19 when he was drafted, so I'm like, you know what, that is somewhat long ago now. I'm old, I get it. But like, let's not get it twisted. Like he was insane. Jake Long in 2008.
So obviously, in some circumstances, these teams drafted the way they did, for position of need. However, Andrew Luck.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they drafted Jake Long to protect Tannehill, right? He hasn't been around that long. Was it Tannehill in 2008?
I don't think so. Can't be.
That might be.
Can it be? It might be. Is Tannehill's got to be close to Stafford's age.
I'm gonna look it up, but let's go.
Or was that for Jay?
That might have been for Jay. It's bothering me.
I feel like
Tannehill is 36. He was drafted in 2012. He was drafted with Luck.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Okay.
I knew that.
So who the fuck was Miami's quarterback?
That had to be around when Jay was there, right? No, Jay was still in Chicago at that time.
08. All right, so who's after Jake Long?
Stafford. Stafford he was high up there after his 1 year, but Stafford was not projected out like a year ahead.
Okay. It was a Chad Pennington, which I should have got that.
Oh,
yeah, 100%.
100% would have drafted him.
100%. I would have drafted any other quarterback in that draft if they got Jake Long, probably.
I suppose we should be looking at the actual rosters because this is only the second time that it hasn't been a quarterback. So we didn't even think about that.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. All right, moving on to
Stafford.
Stafford, yes.
Yeah.
Although I love Stafford, but yes.
Sam Bradford, Luck.
Yeah.
Here's one that people argued a ton. Cam Newton.
Why are we arguing?
People were arguing. I fully remember in 2011, people said, I think Mel Kiper said, if Andrew Luck came out this year, he'd be the number 1 overall pick. With Cam Newton and Andrew Luck being like a sophomore. Like, what are we talking about, guys? Cam had accuracy concerns. He's a heck of an athlete. Great runner, strong arm, accuracy concerns. He did.
Well, he also went to what, 3 different colleges because he couldn't start against Tim Tebow?
Yes.
Let that sink in. He left Florida because Tim Tebow was the starter.
Cam Newton, incredible athlete. NFL MVP, heck of a year. Better singular year than Andrew Luck ever had. But we're talking about prospect. He does not touch him.
I mean, not many quarterbacks do touch him.
No, I genuinely
except for
think
probably Deshaun.
Pause. Cam Newton, he was incredible, and people think about Superman Cam of his MVP year.
The MVP year was 10 years ago.
He had severe accuracy concerns.
He also had no accuracy diving on the football.
Correct.
But this is, again, prospect, though. This is like you see a room full of quarterbacks have never played a snap of NFL football. Who are you taking?
Yes. Cam Newton, incredible. Love him. He was fun to watch at Auburn. Great. Then it's obviously Andrew Luck's year. Andrew Luck is taken.
I'm 100% taking RG3 over Andrew Luck.
You're insane. Do you remember that year? People like were trying to be like, "There's a chance." No, there wasn't. If betting was legal, I would have put everything I had to my name.
You weren't old enough.
I was too. I was 19.
You were old enough.
I was an adult. Eric Fisher.
Was that to protect Smith? Yeah, it had to have been because Smith was there when he was the quarterback when Mahomes was drafted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Well, no, that would have been that might have been before. Would that have been Smith. Castle? That was Smith because that's when Peyton was there.
Smith was the quarterback the year Mahomes was drafted.
Yeah, but he was there before it too.
Yeah. So yes, Luck.
2014. Okay. Incredible talent. Not a quarterback. So possibility. Jadeveon Clowney. I'm still taking Andrew Luck because it was the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I mean, who was the Texans court? Was that Fitzmagic?
Probably.
I like this game better, trying to figure out who was the starting quarterback on that team.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't, but I still like that game. I'm gonna Google it.
Case might have been.
That was too early for Case.
Was it?
I mean, because didn't he have the miracle in Minnesota when Stephon Diggs was still on Minnesota? Yep, Fitzpatrick. Boom.
Jameis Winston, incredible final year. Still taking Andrew Luck.
Yeah, taking Luck.
I
might take Luck right now over Jameis Winston.
Honestly, if Andrew Luck suited up today, there's probably only 10 quarterbacks.
You're probably not wrong. Oh, he's skinny now. I don't know if you've seen him lately. He's pretty skinny.
I'd still try it.
He'd probably break easier than
the Broncos got a good O-line. Don't get me wrong, I love Bo Nix, but give me Andrew Luck.
All right, that's fair. All right. After Jameis,
got Jared Goff pretty easily.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett, outstanding player.
Now listen. For Myles Garrett, it's hard not to think about what he's done in the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he is probably one of the best defensive players we've seen in the past, I don't know, ever. He's incredible. But I'm taking the quarterback.
Think of it this way. Hypothetically speaking, if Andrew Luck was in this class, Andrew Luck gets taken by the Browns. The Bears are still trading up to take Mitch Trubisky.
Mm-hmm.
They're not taking Garrett. They needed a quarterback. San Francisco gets Myles Garrett at pick 3. Instead of Solomon Thomas. Just think of the way that shakes up everything.
That'd be great, though. That'd be great. I love this thing.
This is wild. All right. So let's fly through these next couple.
Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray. I'm taking Andrew Luck.
That's easy.
I'm an Oklahoma fan. Taking Andrew Luck. Here's two more that people argued a bunch: Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence.
Low-key, can we just argue real quick? Everything after Trevor Lawrence, including this year, Andrew Luck.
Hands down.
Now let's argue about these two.
These two and Cam Newton were the three that were argued the most. Respectfully, it don't matter. It's Andrew Luck.
It is.
Cam Newton had accuracy concerns. Joe Burrow had arm strength concerns.
Also age.
Trevor Lawrence, he's taller than there's like a height thing or whatever. He's above the height thing. It's the same way Kyler was below. Trevor Lawrence was above.
And Trevor Lawrence was also the best prospect since Andrew Luck. But I'm taking Luck over Lawrence
pretty easily. And Joe Burrow. All right, I love Joe Burrow. Love the personality. Love the play style. Love all of it. Andrew Luck's first year, he won 11 games. How Joe do this year?
9.
Okay. Give me Andrew Luck.
Yeah, but we're just doing prospect. Joe was also kind of a question mark in terms of like mindset and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all that. So
he also, much like you were saying, had to transfer because he couldn't start.
Also, Joe Burrow. I'm almost certain to say if the Bengals weren't one, maybe Joe Burrow doesn't go one. Because the Bengals be bangling. I don't even remember who went 2 in that draft. And that was a couple years ago. That's crazy.
Well, that was the Tua and Herbo draft.
Oh, Chase Young went too.
Yep. Like Andrew Luck is where like
I'm just taking Andrew Luck.
Tanking started. Like you remember
Suck for luck.
You remember tank for Tua? Like everybody was saying before the 2020 season even happened. It was suck for luck.
It was 100%, which is a terrible one.
And you know what could still happen? He still went one.
You know what's crazy?
Andrew Luck was a damn near perfect prospect.
This is why I know you said you would take Luck over Manning because you know you didn't see Manning at Tennessee, and you know you're sports stupid before you were born.
Yes, I don't care about anything before I was
born. The year that the Colts sucked for Luck was the year that Peyton was injured, and it was the exact same team that Peyton had 12 plus wins for like a decade straight.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and then what? Luck turned around and made that. What was it? A 2-win team, 3-win team?
2 wins, 2-11. Yes.
So I would say sucking for Luck worked out. Unfortunately, they didn't prioritize him. And
unfortunately, they drafted offensive linemen much like the Dolphins have for Tua.
Wait. So you mean didn't?
Correct.
Whoa. Inception. So, Joe, I know you said this before the show, but who do you think the Dolphins won't draft this year?
Restrepo, the Miami wide receiver, ran like a 4.89 at his pro day. At his pro day.
So you don't think
not the combine, his pro day.
That is pretty bad. So you don't think he'll just go Miami to Miami?
No
shot.
Who ran a faster 40 time? Peyton Manning or Xavier Restrepo?
I would hope the receiver, because I don't think Peyton Manning was sub-5. Also, I like this. I like this game too.
Peyton Manning's 40 time, 4.8.
That seems so fast for him. Bro ran like he was stuck in mud.
Oh god, Xavier Restrepo, you are not the Miami Dolphin.
Yeah. So, and what we took away from all of this is that Andrew Luck is awesome.
Shaylee says he's not fast and his name isn't Jalen. There's no way.
True. If his name was Jalen and he was slow, maybe he has a chance. Also, I kind of hinted at something last week. I didn't really say it. We were talking about they're going to draft Jalen Milroe.
Yes.
I mean, I could see the Cowboys taking him in day 3. Day 2, day 3.
Yeah, he's going day 2.
Day 2 is second and third round, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I meant. Day 2. I could see them taking him in the third round if he's available.
Yeah, he's going day 2. The athleticism, I don't think he slips past day 2.
Yeah. Also, Andrew Luck is awesome. But Joe, tell me, who else is awesome?
Caitlin Clark.
You're right.
That's another TikTok argument I got in today.
About Caitlin Clark being awesome?
Yeah.
Well, they were wrong.
Yeah.
If there's two people in this world, people who think Caitlin Clark are awesome, and people who are wrong.
Well, they were saying anybody who thinks Angel Reese doesn't have as much to do as Caitlin Clark about bringing people to the WNBA has never watched it. And I commented, I'm like, I seem to be very fond of the old UConn teams with like their domination.
More.
I'm pretty familiar with Lisa Leslie. She was a dog.
Skylar Diggins.
Skylar Diggins, awesome.
I mean, you can even say Brittany Griner, honestly.
I hate to say it, but it's just jealousy. That's what it is. Like, none of them compare to the, like, don't get me wrong. Caitlin Clark is awesome. Love her. She is not the best or the greatest, but nobody compares to her in terms of draw because she's exciting. Now, Allen Iverson versus Tim Duncan. Who's the better player all time? It's Tim Duncan by a landslide. Mm-hmm. Now, who brought more people to the stadium? It's AI. And it's not close.
No, it's not.
Like, Angel Reese, she is a good player at her. Do I make more fun of her than I probably should? Absolutely.
She's good at making houses with all them bricks.
It's more because she claims that she's on the same level, and people try to argue that she is.
Her moment was in the NCAA when she did the whole, like...
But her peak, if she were to be as good as she ever could be, right? In my opinion, watching basketball, she's probably Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace was the best player on the Pistons team when they won the championship. Ben Wallace was awesome.
He also was terrible at shooting.
Yeah.
Good correlation.
Ben Wallace, awesome player. Hall of Famer. Deservedly so. Ben Wallace can't touch Steph Curry. Can't.
No.
And that's the, like, can we not, like, Kelsey Plum? Sure, absolutely. She's awesome.
Yeah.
But dude, stop with the Angel. Stop. She's not that draw. She's just not.
Well, you know who would have been a great draw? And unfortunately can no longer be a great draw this year because injuries suck.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
Dun, 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 dun.
This was also
the first time we talk about an actual female basketball player not named Caitlin Clark. Well, we did just talk about Angel Reese, but she doesn't count. Yeah. We also talked about Skylar Diggins and Lisa Leslie and Maya Moore and a lot of Candace Parker and all those guys. But you know what? That's all I got. All right, yeah.
I hate saying this. She was balling out.
She was.
All year. Incredible. Oh.
Joe, say her real name. But not Juju.
I don't know. Her real name's not Juju?
No. So Juju Watkins is who we're referring to.
Yes, Juju Watkins.
Her real name is Judea Skies Watkins.
That's so much cooler. Judea?
Yeah. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I knew about the injury, obviously, because I'm plugged into sports stuff. But when you said Juju, I instantly thought of Miss Schuster.
She has been incredible, and the way the WNBA becomes more popular is via the stardom of the NCAA, because the WNBA is still growing. It's still trying to get there, but we all have our loyalties to colleges from other sports. This is like getting the big name schools to have players, and USC is such a big school. Like football, men's basketball, baseball, all of it, right? Massive school. This is how that sport grows, which I desperately want to see. It pains me to see this happen.
In any sport, it sucks.
Well, it's like a year-long injury, so she's probably missing all of next year too, which means she'll only have her senior season.
Yeah.
Realistically, and as much of a shame as it is, she'll probably make more in NIL money than she ever would in the WNBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's even more of a saddening thing that she's losing out on that prospect as well. Because she's incredible, and it it sucks to see. Yeah, that's all I got. Uh, you don't like to see injuries happen ever, but
Injuries suck 24/7, 365 across all
yeah,
sports. They just suck.
for me, getting older too, it's especially harder seeing it happen. To me, she's still a kid. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's that's what makes it suck even more. Is she's still a kid. Um, so yeah, just hoping speedy recovery and that she can get back and out and do the thing that she loves.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it sucks. It really does. Injuries suck, and that's. I mean, we could say it to her blue in the face, and it's not going to stop them, right? So it's just unfortunate. It just sucks.
Not a fan of it.
Nope. Me neither, Joseph.
You can
Me
turn
neither.
injuries off in video games. Why haven't we learned how to do that in real life?
That's a good question. You know what? We should figure that out. Hey, Elon, instead of going to Mars, let's figure out how to turn injuries off.
Yeah.
We don't need to go to Mars. We need to turn injuries off. That's what we need to do. If you agree with that, rate this podcast 5 stars wherever you're listening to your podcast, which again is everywhere you get your podcast. It's just that easy. I was looking for something.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. I was looking for something and I don't know where it is, nor do I know what I did with it. So instead, what we're going to do is this. I'm going to post this beautiful image here. You guys enjoy. We're going to do a brief intermission because I'm really thirsty and I got a cough. So enjoy this with our beautiful music.
On this day.
Keep going, Joe.
No.
You look like you're ready to sneeze, Joe. I also muted you, so I can't hear you.
What?
I said you look like you're ready to sneeze, and then I also said I had you muted.
No. You didn't look at my snap. I snapped you during that saying you cute.
Oh, it's because my phone knows it's past my bedtime, so it like blocks notifications, so I don't see them.
Oh, dang.
Which is also why my watch is black instead of the sleepy mode. Yeah, it's way past my bedtime. It's only 9:04. It's past my bedtime. But a little bit to talk about. First. I don't know why I said first so many times. So I just, like I said last week, every week title is based off of something related to sports. And obviously March Madness is going on and everyone's bracket is busted. You're lying if you say it's not. I don't believe you. I'm not saying that when St. John's lost because as the number 2 seed, I'm not saying that's when it happened. I'm saying you were not 100% correct.
Oh, so
that to me is a busted bracket. I don't care if the person you think is still alive, if your final four is still alive. I don't care about that.
Correct.
Your bracket is busted when you incorrectly pick one game.
Correct.
That's what it is to me. So,
but also, so I listen to very many shows. There's one that for the past like 3 years they've done bet every underdog the entire tournament. This is the first of those years that it has not come out as a profit.
Yeah, it's pretty chalky.
Yeah.
But your bracket is still busted.
Correct.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know who I think is going to win. Who do you think is going to win, Joe? Do you even know who's left?
Is Duke still in it?
Yeah.
Duke. Cooper Flag's awesome.
So let's see. Here, I'll just all the number 1 seeds are still kicking. 3 of the number 2 seeds, 2 of the number 3 seeds, 3 of the number 4 seeds, 1 5, 1 6, and 1 10.
There's a 10 seed still alive?
Yeah, Arkansas knocked off St. John's.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's also, I think this is the first time like there's not a true Cinderella
No.
in a while.
They're all Power 5.
Yeah, Arkansas is not a Cinderella. Even if they were like a 15th seed, I mean, if they're a 15th seed, maybe it's Cinderella, but a 10th seed, I mean,
Well, you can't be a Cinderella and come from the SEC.
That's fair.
Don't exist.
That's fair. So yeah, I think it's going to be either Duke or Florida.
Florida is popular pick. That's who I had as my prior to the entire bracket thing. But then I saw Cooper Flag was back, and I'm like, well, I hate Duke, but
no, see, I hate Duke too, and I think even though Cooper Flag is awesome, and he's not. See, that's the one thing about Duke is Cooper Flag is awesome, but the team itself is very good, even when he isn't playing. Like he's not carrying that team.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a very because he didn't play the first 2 games and they moved on easily.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I also not liking Duke at all. Really, they're gonna find a way to blow it.
I hope so.
Me too, because I want Duke to blow it. So part of my take that day, shout out Hank, would be hilarious.
Also, what's the Heat's record? Do they have a chance of getting Cooper Flag?
I don't know, but they just beat the shit out of the Warriors.
Damn it.
The Heat are 10th, so they're technically still in the play-in. So they have a chance to get into the lottery.
Dang it.
Yeah. They will they lost like 10 straight or some shit. Then they decided to beat down the Hornets and then beat down the Warriors.
I'd like Cooper Flag on the Heat.
Well, I don't think the Heat are going to drop out of the 10 spot.
I don't think the Heat will ever get a number 1 overall pick.
The Heat right now are 31 and 41. So what would that be? 11 games left? No, 10 games left. Because there's 82 games, right?
82 games, yeah.
Yeah, so they got 72 games. They get 10 games left. They
Lose them all.
are, even if they lost them all, they still think they would finish the 10th seed.
Dang it.
They are 6 games up on the 11th seed with 10 games to go.
Dang it.
And the Raptors are not good.
I want Cooper Flag.
If they lose the play-in game, they could get a lottery pick. If they lose that first play-in game as a 10 seed, just get boom, they could get a lottery. They could get a chance.
I've never had one of my teams get the number 1 overall pick.
What would be the thing to do for Flag? Like you suck for luck. You
lag.
Drag or lag?
You can't do lag because it's flag. So it'd have to be drag.
Drag for flag. I can't even English. Yeah, the Heat suck.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
But also, yeah, it happens. So I wanted to introduce something new, Joseph, which I kind of teased it for you earlier about what I was doing. I had to pick a random year between 1900 to now.
Yes.
Or actually to 99. So
yes.
And then I had you pick a specific year. So what I was doing is I was looking for a random sporting event on this day. And I'm going to share that with you now. So on this day, March 26th of
1994.
Of 1994, but I got to pull up my picture. I took a screenshot so I would remember. This is American Bonnie Blair. She's skating in the World Olympics. And she had the world record 500 meter with 38.99 seconds. The speed skater. She just crushed it.
Heck yeah. Let's go.
The other fact that was there was, I told you, but I'm not going to say it. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. So every episode from here on out, I'm gonna pick a random freaking day or freaking random year on the day in history and see what anniversary we get. Maybe we'll get some random cool stuff. Like this is cool. The other one would have been weird.
Not cool. That one would have been not cool.
I mean, it's not cool to say out loud, but it's like, whoa, that happened.
Yep. Still not cool.
No, definitely not cool. Honestly, I know I said it.
If you're curious, you could just look up this on this day in history.
Google is free.
Yep.
So is the B.O.I.S podcast, but we're not going to say it. And I think to wrap up here, I know you said you had like a blind side or something you wanted to do.
Yes. Well, kinda.
Well, a partial blind side, but we talked too much about it beforehand, so I was able to guess some stuff.
It ruined my blind side. Because I like
to be fair though, you did ask. So I did try to answer. You blindsided the blind side before the blind side.
Yep. The original blind side was that there are 5 defunct NFL franchises that have won NFL championships. What teams have never won the highest championship available to them ever. There was also 5. So those 5, it was, what was it? The Jags, the Texans, the Bengals, the Falcons, and the Panthers.
Correct.
So we got those ones. But these are 5 franchises that no longer exist. There's actually quite a few franchises that no longer exist. It's actually a little wild. But there are 5 franchises that have won an NFL championship.
That no longer exists.
Yes. And I'm going to have you guess where they're from.
Okay.
You don't have to get cities because that would be too difficult, I think. So if you get the state, I'll give it to you. The Yellow Jackets is first. I'll give you a hint. There is other teams that have won championship from this state.
Well, I was thinking Georgia, but obviously that's not right.
I'm just curious where they got the name Yellow Jackets from. Like, it's so weird.
New York.
No, no, it is Pennsylvania. It's Frankfurt.
Oh, yeah, I would have not guessed that.
Correct. The next one is the Steamrollers.
That one I've heard before. I don't know if I'm gonna get where they're from.
You'll have no idea.
Has this area won a Super Bowl?
No.
Northern team?
Correct. I'm not entirely certain that this state exists.
Like, it doesn't exist anymore? Like, the whole everything doesn't exist?
No. Well, smallest U.S. state.
Oh, Rhode Island.
Correct.
Let's go.
Providence Steamrollers.
I bet that logo is sick.
I want to find the logos for all of these.
Can we just get like old school defunct NFL franchise T-shirts just for fun?
I'm gonna pick a favorite one. My favorite one might be based out of New York. They didn't win a championship, but it's the Newark Tornadoes, which is very weird because has Newark ever had a tornado? I don't know, but interesting.
They at least had one franchise.
Yeah. Here's so these both were, so the next two were both the Indians at one time. So I will use the other name. One was the Bulldogs. And this one. Technically, this one's been in the other. So there's the Indians.
I'm just gonna say Cleveland.
Correct.
Because the Indians.
Yes. So it was the Indians and the Bulldogs, and it was Cleveland. So now this one is the Pros and the Indians.
I'm gonna say Cleveland.
No. I'm
gonna say
right state.
In the state of Cleveland. Well, you said I just had to get the state right. So we go in city? Okay, city.
All of the last three are all in the state of Ohio.
Okay. So another city in Ohio.
Correct.
Cincinnati.
No.
Akron.
Correct.
Oh, let's go.
The Pros or the Indians were in Akron, Ohio, and won an NFL championship.
You sure it wasn't Akron, Iowa?
No, it's where my family's from. We don't talk about that.
You know, you're Indians.
This one is also just the Bulldogs.
Well, it's in Cleveland.
Nope. It's in Ohio.
Oh, I already said, I said the Cleveland. Or I said, and then Akron. The other one's just the Bulldogs. Oh, the other one is just the Bulldogs?
Just the Bulldogs.
Oh, okay, so
that's why the Indians and the Bulldogs is very much confusing.
So another Bulldog team.
Also
in Ohio, not in Cleveland. So Cleveland, it's got to be a bigger city. I don't think it's going to be some random like small ass city. So Canton.
Correct.
No shot.
Yeah. All five of these teams have won.
Shout out Cleveland. Championships. Shout out Cleveland with 4 teams that have won championships.
So we know the Browns.
Or
I'm real
shout out
concerned about
Ohio.
the Rochester Jeffersons.
I'm concerned about why the Cleveland teams have championships, but Cincinnati doesn't.
There's a lot of Ohio teams. Like a lot.
Well, I'm gonna pull up this list of
defunct NFL franchises.
Yeah.
It's there's the Boston Yanks. That one's really fun.
I'm gonna before I open this up, pick two numbers randomly.
Between what and what?
Just between how many defunct franchises are there?
I don't know.
Okay, just do.
We'll do 3 and 17.
Okay, that works. So number 20. That's gonna be my team. Wait, why the New York Giants are a defunct team? Does that mean the Cleveland Browns are a defunct team? Wait, how does that make sense? I'm so confused.
There's also the Cleveland Tigers.
Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 16,
There's so
18.
many.
The Detroit Wolverines.
That's a cool one.
The one right below is the Duluth Kelly Eskimos.
I'm guessing that was a name change.
The Duluth Eskimos. Low key, yeah. That's kind of lame. I would have guessed where that one is.
Which one?
The Duluth ones.
Eskimos? You wouldn't have guessed. You wouldn't have guessed Alaska.
I would have guessed Minnesota. Duluth.
Okay, but this one, the Dayton Triangles.
I would have guessed Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, but the triangles.
Let's check the logo.
The logo's actually kind of interesting. I like it.
I thought that dude was dabbing.
He was.
Let's see. The Eskimos logo is very underwhelming. The Detroit Wolverines logo is just a dude standing, or they don't have one?
I don't see one.
Oh, because they became the Lions. Oh, wait, no. The Detroit had 4 early teams before. Okay. Let me see. Detroit Wolverines logo. Let me see. No, there's no way that was it. That looks too modern to be it. Okay, that one feels like it could be. That's kind of lame, though.
I don't understand why the Minneapolis Marines / Red Jackets is an MAC. I don't get that.
Oh, you got me. You got me. Ooh, I like this one. Tonawanda Cardex.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I don't know what that is. The Toledo Maroon. Just a maroon. It's just a maroon tee.
and the Kenosha Maroons.
Oh. As there's just there's also the Pottsville Maroons.
All these things are so why were there so many teams?
Joe, will you be a fan of the Buffalo All-Americans?
Maybe. I think I might be a fan of the St. Louis Gunners.
Wait, why aren't the St. Louis? Oh, they're not counting teams that just rebranded. They're just counting teams that just disappeared.
Yeah,
but they have the Dallas Texans here. Oh, that's right, because the Dallas Texans were there, and then they came back, and then they became the Chiefs. So that must be why they're doing that way.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Technically, the Cleveland Browns should be on here because they left to go to Baltimore. The Oorang Indians.
I'm wondering if that doesn't count because they weren't ever out. They weren't ever. They just relocated. Like these ones, they stopped for a time.
Maybe. Well,
that's my guess.
We got the just to kind of to wrap it up, because this is being great podcasting right here.
I know. I'm so interested in the NFL defunct franchises. I apologize. Tangent, but I love it.
So this is how I want to end this, Joe, and then you can do your magic. So we got the Kenosha Maroons, the Pottsville Maroons, the Toledo Maroons. Don't matter. Lakers in 5.
Asta.